Hi and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your show's host on this Monday, the 22nd of May. We have some good information, municipal information coming to you today from a couple of folks, good folks. Kris Busse is with us and she'll be telling us about some things happening on the governmental side. And then we'll be hearing from Shirley Schultz, newly named director of Owatonna's Main Street program. Excuse me. So we'll be talking with Shirley about her role in that position and some of the things that she's looking forward to be involved with. But as a reminder, we'd always appreciate your input as to what you'd like to see on Owatonna Today. So if you have any information or knowledge of people who you think might deserve some recognition, or if you have an event that would need some publicity, why don't you let us know about that? You can contact us at owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can call Leanne at 507-390-5751. And we'd appreciate hearing from you. And now we're going to take a quick break to hear some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with Administrator Kris. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and as always, a nice welcome, hopefully a nice welcome to you, Kris Busse.
Thank you.
Our city administrator. How long now?
Oh, 9 years already.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goes fast.
Goes fast, yeah. Well, like they say, when you're having fun, right?
Oh, absolutely.
If that's what's going on. But,
yes, I am.
To be fully forthcoming, we were expecting the mayor to be here today, so you're really sitting in for the mayor, and
yes, I am.
kind of on a quick, and thank you for getting over and sitting in. So, well, as always, there are things going on. Maybe some of the high points.
Sure. Spring is a busy time for our staff. So we're busy trying to get the parks ready, trying to get the pool ready. And with all of this rain, as you know, it's been difficult to keep up with the mowing and the grass is it's getting a little bit out of control. So we're working hard. The sun is shining today. So we're going to do a lot of catch up for around the community.
Sure. Just recently we had the cleanup downtown,
Yep.
and so we have obviously city folks assisting in that with the ALC kids, and
Yep.
it looked like it was another successful, cool event, wet event, but
Right.
nonetheless.
Yeah, we really appreciate the ALC and all of their hard work because it is. It's one of those things where a community really takes pride in its appearance, and it takes everyone really to, do their share, do their part, and make sure that our community is as attractive and inviting as it can be.
Right. Something that when we speak of mowing, I've noticed for Leanne, I'm sure many people do, is that sometimes people will mow their yards and they will blow the grass onto the street, into the gutter. And that's not something that we really encourage.
Oh, no. It's actually discouraged. I mean, it's not good for the environment that grass washes into the storm sewer and gets into our lakes and streams, and it causes a lot of phosphorus growth, and it's just not something that we'd like to see.
Right. Okay. So that might be a reminder for our viewers if they are prone to doing that, perhaps turn the mower around.
That's all you got to do. Yeah.
Street construction is certainly underway, and
yeah, that's another busy topic for us. We have some major projects going on. That Lamond Road is a big one out by the country club, And you will, I should mention that there will always be access to the country club. You have to come from the other way. But, this is an area that we've been working on for a number of years, and the pavement there is in pretty poor condition, and we really need to get that taken care of.
This year, and I think it's maybe as a result of Kyle's presence, but there is a scoring process.
Yes.
That's used to determine which streets are going to be getting the work.
It's called a Pavement Condition Index, or a PCI rating. And so what our staff did is go around the community and evaluate stretches of pavement and rate it, rank it. And that way we can focus our infrastructure investments on those streets that are in the worst condition.
Sure, okay. So then that's been settled for this year?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm sure some people, I know it was one of them, I thought, well, this one's, our street's surely got to score high on this, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So.
No.
But again, next year, the same process again.
Right.
Yeah.
And, with streets, it's always better to maintain what you have. Your dollar goes a lot farther if you can keep up with the regular maintenance. So that's seal coating, that's overlays. And once a street falls into a certain, and I can't recall off the top of my head, a certain condition level, it doesn't make sense to do an overlay. You'd have to do a total reconstruct. So we're trying to take care of what we have to, really make the best use of our tax dollars.
And sometimes that reconstruct means that we're going to go down and take care of infrastructure, water, sewer lines.
Right.
Things like
So
that.
once you're in there, you might as well take a look at all of that and make sure that, there's pipes that are getting old, and maybe you might as well replace them at the same time, and then that's more cost efficient as well.
Certainly. Something we mentioned before the show is that the trail coming from North Street going on up to 26th Street is due to be paved.
Right. That is a big project that we're working on, and we were lucky enough to get some grant dollars to finish that. And it's about a $500,000 project. So we're going to be paving that trail throughout the woods there, and also installing lighting. So it's going to be a wonderful addition to our parks and trails.
One of the things that when we had our bike workshop last week that the people were very impressed with is the lighting on our trail system. Many cities don't have that.
Right, yeah, and we're lucky enough that we were able to get funding through the grant to do that, and it gives you a nice option that you don't have to do it during the day. You can go out in the early evening and at night.
Right, yeah, and feel comfortable. You're not going to stumble and fall. I have to say to our viewers that if they've not had a chance to walk or even bike that trail from the city shop area all the way up to 26th Street, you got to do that. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful place.
Right. And I think we talked earlier, you feel like you're up north. You're in a totally different place.
Right.
You wouldn't realize that you're so close to the city. So, it's really a neat getaway, and we're lucky to have it so close.
Great environment, recently, our police department added, we had new people come on, and some retirees and so forth, but that was kind of good news, because I know over time we've lost some of our officers.
Right, yeah. I mean, it is a challenge to find good quality candidates, and we were lucky we had a huge swearing-in ceremony, which is always neat to see with the young officers coming in, and then the existing officers supporting them. So it's always really gives you a sense of pride at our police force, who are well trained and just second to none. They're just a great bunch of individuals.
Yeah, it's good, and I guess it really helps all of us to feel. We have to have that feeling of being secure.
Absolutely.
Being safe. Being safe. Yeah.
Well, and looking at our statistics from last year, crime rate is down about 18%. So. From last year. So, there's a number of factors that go into that, but, certainly having a strong police presence and force, and working with our other community agencies, such as United Way, really can make a difference in your community.
Exactly, yeah. It's the part of that comfort of knowing that we have a vibrant community, but we have to feel safe, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. We're finished with plowing. And sanding and all salting and all the rest of that.
Oh, I hope so.
A couple of years ago and maybe not.
I know.
How do we do on our budget for the
Well, we did pretty well. It was, we were under a bit, but we always have to worry about, the coming year as well. But yeah, the good news is that we were under. So
we giveth and we taketh away.
Exactly.
So we're good now, but comes November, who knows? Same budget.
Right.
As far as equipment down at the street department, it looks like some fresh stuff in, and upkeeping there. Yeah.
Kyle does a really good job. We've been slowly working towards updating our equipment and really focusing on those pieces that we absolutely need, and getting rid of things that maybe we use occasionally, or something that's nice to have. So we're getting our equipment down to a smaller number, but newer and better. And then we feel that is a better investment. It's less maintenance, less time, and it's just more efficient that way.
Right. And before we get too far along, there are some unsung people that we sometimes forget. A lot of admins, a lot of people who are kind of carrying the water, if you want to say, for the people who are the headliners, such as yourself. And how are we doing with keeping those folks in place? Are we turnover-wise?
Well, the council recently authorized and we completed a classification and compensation study. And those are always a massive undertaking.
Sure.
I have to thank our HR staff, Lynn Gorski, and the finance staff. I mean, it takes a lot of work to implement. And through that, we look at, compensation, and we look at creating a structure that's fair and competitive. And I think we've done that, and we've begun the implementation last year. And so I think that helps us remain competitive and get the good quality people that we need.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, the competitiveness is really important, and as well as equity, inside. Kind of last thing, economic development. What are we seeing? Any people knocking on the door, looking around, wanting to come in?
Well, we're on track. Our single-family homes are about, last year was the highest we've seen since 2008. We had 37 home starts. This year we're on pace to get like 50. We have a number of developers looking at some multifamily. As you know, we're moving forward with the Aero Ace Arnold House. That's moving forward. That's exciting. So there's a lot happening here. Economic development wise.
Yeah, excellent. Well, that's good. That's always good to know, because even though we talk about today, there is a bit of thought for tomorrow, isn't there? We want to continue this enterprise for as long. It's been around for a long time.
Exactly.
We want to continue it. Well, great. Good. Nice job. You stepped in for the big guy. You did well.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, you did well. So appreciate your being here, stepping in at a late minute, and thanks, and we'll catch up the next time that you're in here. And thank you for being with us today. We're going to now take some time for some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, Brad here from Owatonna Senior Place. Our goal at Senior Place is to involve, enrich, and empower adults 50 years of age or better to live as independently as possible in our communities. We do this by promoting wellness through recreational, educational, and social opportunities, as well as being a referral source for services available within our area. Activities and programming at our center emphasize creating and maintaining independence in all phases of life. Come see what Senior Place has to offer. Live full, live well, and live long.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
At Triumph Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at triumphgraphics.com.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you and
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome to Shirley Schultz, a first-timer, a newbie.
I am a newbie, that is true.
The name Schultz is not foreign to this table, but that would be the other guy in the family, right, Greg?
That would.
So, well, welcome, and nice to have you here. We're gonna learn a lot about Main Street, the Main Street program, because you are now the new director, assigned to that whole program, and so, you know, how is it that you came to be the director? How did that all turn out?
Well, I had been involved up at the chamber and actually on the Main Street committee for a number of years.
Oh, okay.
And we have businesses downtown and community members, so Main Street is a very interesting topic and all that it involves to myself and our family.
Oh, sure. That's right. Yeah, you have vested interest.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And so then when the position came open, I threw my hat in, and lo and behold, here I am.
Here you are, yeah. Prior to that, what were you doing?
Well, I have worked in real estate for about 20 years here in Owatonna.
Right.
And prior to that, I worked up at community education. I was community ed director, and then I also ran the before and after school program for about 8 years. My background's in education. I started out teaching fifth graders and fifth and sixth grade science and math, which I really enjoyed. Then I moved on to start programs and expand programs, and so it's been interesting. And you know how life goes; it brings you on a curve to end up where you are.
You're absolutely correct. You know, so many of us, we think we're going to, because of education, do something like forever. Well, forever is like 4 years or 5 or 6.
No, that's not exactly how that works.
Yeah.
I think they say like 7 careers over a lifetime, and it might even be more now.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. Well, so it is. You know, as long as we're productive, I guess. Well, let's talk about Main Street. I know currently one of the big things is the flower baskets.
Yes.
So let's talk about flowers.
Well, that's been a busy project up at Main Street, and we contracted with our grower. They start growing those flowers they start growing them late. We order in the fall. They start growing probably January, December. Put the baskets together, and we're getting ready to put those up now here this Wednesday.
Okay.
And so we have a group of volunteers that come in. The grower brings, which is Shobas. They'll bring the flowers in. We distribute them up and down the streets, and then we do get a little help from the city. They bring their boom to help raise those baskets up. And then we have contract watering, and the Careers Training Center, they're out watering daily, and then we have weekend waterers that go through. So
how many baskets
kind of a big project.
We have on the standard, the light poles?
Well, we'll be probably 90 to 100 this year. We're down a little bit. We're totally funded by donations. And people sometimes think we're a city project, but it is not. And we get that help with the boom trucks, putting them up. But that's about it. And they're good to help us with that. So now we ask for donations to support a basket, or in a memorial, or as a birthday gift, or something like that. So with this year, at about 100 baskets, this is our 13th year doing this. And I think when they first started, they were at about 150 baskets. And, our basket number's a little down. Our donations are just a little bit down. Sometimes projects cycle through beginnings to support and coming back up. So, but we're excited about things. The flowers are beautiful last year, and I think that will be this year.
Really are.
Everybody enjoys those flowers.
Eyes go right up to them.
They do. If it's a business owner, an employee, a visitor, residents walking around, they love to see that come spring.
There's I think a key point that we should make here is that when we talk about what does the city do, the city isn't just the government, it isn't not just the workers. We are all a part of the city, and therefore, volunteering to do this kind of work, as an example, is city work.
It is city work. That's right. And I kind of like to look at it this way, especially a little bit with the downtown. And I know with the downtown merchants, they probably have 3 requests minimal a day to help support this fundraiser or that fundraiser. And our big companies in Industrial Park, well, they get the big ask. You know, it's for thousands at a shot. And so this is a chance for folks that live here in Owatonna and extending beyond Owatonna to do a little bit to give back. So everybody has a chance to participate in making Owatonna a beautiful place to work, live, and play.
Excellent. The Main Street that we're talking about, when you talk about Main Street program, more than, of course, just flowers, extends what's the breadth and width of the so-called Main Street?
Well, we have a historic district that was certified about 2 years ago, I think in 2015, and that runs from Main Street to Rose Street, and then Elm Street to Oak. So it's a fairly large area, and our downtown has always been a large central government district and a county seat.
Sure. And so when we talk about it being a historic district on the register, there are some restrictions or some requirements that we need to follow if in the event someone wants to remodel or repair their structure.
Well, having a historic district, what that does is enables business owners and property owners. You can be a tenant in a building and take advantage of some of these programs, but it allows you to pursue the tax credits, the federal and the state tax credits, which are work that you do on your building to update your facade, to preserve your facade, or if you want to bring it up to code, or if you need to do work on a roof, all those things apply to the structure itself. Like new kitchen cabinets would not work. If you had new rugs that were not glued to the floor, those would not work. But windows, doors, electrical, things that stay with the structure. 20% of the cost of that can be deducted straight off your taxes. So that's a nice benefit.
It's an incentive,
It is an incentive. And then plus, then you can keep the character of your building and maybe bring it back. And because we have some documents of, go back historically, who owned it, maybe some pictures of what it looked like originally. And so maybe you don't go to the true detail, but a flavor of it. So you can it can still remain historic. Maybe a little advice on colors and things like that.
Yeah, we don't want to see someone go and paint their building, let's say, wild pink or something like that.
Right. That is a distraction, and then that actually hurts property values on all around you, not only your own. If your building would be like bright pink, lime green, or something like that. So the historic colors are a little bit muted, but then we'd bring in like the repetition of the windows, the doors, and some of those things. It's nice.
What are you personally excited about seeing happen?
Well, I do love when we have businesses taking an interest to redo their facades. And right now we have, I think, 4 groups, a couple prospective businesses, 2 that are existing, and we're exploring those tax credits. So we're talking to the preservation folks up in St. Paul, we're talking with the planning and zoning to see what is available to them, and then also those great EDA loans, which are very low or no interest loans for small amounts, maybe for signage, or maybe up towards a roof and things like that, to help people get through. And because we're kind of the low rent district downtown, and then like the creatives or little shops start up, they do well, and then everybody does well.
There's a nice mix, there should be a nice mix of businesses downtown, shouldn't there be?
Yes, services, legal services, professional services, retail, eateries, all those kinds of things. So you can get off of work, get out, do some errands, and head home, or come in down for supper. And have some fun with your friends or your loved ones.
So it's more of a destination.
Right.
When we get there, there's things we can do.
Right.
Yeah, wonderful. Oh, there's more that we need to talk about, but we're running out of time this morning. 10 minutes isn't long.
That is not long enough for Main Street. That's true.
Hey, thank you for being aboard with us here today, and I hope our viewers have have captured a number of things and are, going to be watching to see how things develop down there. And we're certainly going to have you back here to see about updates and the like.
Sure.
And so thanks so much.
Love to.
Yeah, great. Good to have you. So until then,
okay. Thanks
again.
Pete.
Okay, Shirley. And thank you also for being with us. We're going to pause for just a bit, and we're going to have a word from our sponsors. So stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Some community announcements for you today. Habitat for Humanity of Steele-Waseca area is hosting a volunteer appreciation breakfast on Thursday, the 25th of May from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church here in Owatonna. To reserve a spot, call Ellen at 507-446-0112, extension number 2. Movies in the Park upcoming. We have on the 16th of June, Friday, Trolls. The rain date is on the 17th. We have also The Great Outdoors, Friday, July 14th at Brown Park, rain date July 15th at Central Park. And then also Friday, August 11th at Central Park, rain date August 12th. Movies will begin at sunset. Pre-movie activities will begin an hour before movie time. And thanks to the sponsors, Go for Sport and Connie Knudsen from ERA Gillespie. LTO announces its 2017-2018 play schedule. Fall play Shrek the Musical, directed by Sandy Hardy Hagen. Holiday play Memories, Moments, and Music, directed by Kathy Purdy and Galen Steckelberg. Winter play Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, directed by Jeffrey Jackson. Spring play My Man Godfrey, a comedy directed by John Terrell. And the summer play Seussical, a musical directed by Bree Velsky. And finally, Be Our Guest, sending community meals to In God's Name. Free meals are available each week at Owatonna at the following locations. Tuesdays, St. Vincent's Table at St. Joseph Catholic Church, 512 South Elm, serving from 5:30 to 7. Wednesday, Bethel Community Supper at Bethel Baptist Church, serving from 5 to 6 p.m. And on Sunday, Meals of Hope, Trinity Lutheran, serving from 5 to 6:15 p.m. And that's going to wrap it up for us for today. We hope to have you back here on Wednesday, and when we're going to have representatives from the Steele County Transitional Housing, and also we're going to hear about a proposed brew pub for Owatonna. So you want to come back to hear about all of that. So thanks for being with us today, and we'll look forward to having you back on Wednesday.